Hello everyone! Today we are going to be doing origami and we're going to be making a bunny and a butterfly just using paper and a few simple tools. So before we begin, I want to gather a few materials to make our origami bunnies. What we'll need is a piece of paper. I'm just using copy paper, but any paper you have available will work. I'm going to have a Sharpie marker or a black marker and some sort of coloring material. I'm just going to be using colored pencils and crayons, but you can use marker and whatever tools you have available to you. So once you gather all those materials, we'll go ahead and get started with our origami bunnies. So to begin, we're going to be starting with our blank sheet of paper. And as you can see, it's kind of in a rectangle shape. It's not quite a square. So for our origami bunny and our butterfly, this is how we are going to be creating our rectangle paper into a square. I'm going to take one corner of my paper. It doesn't matter what corner you use. I'm going to take one corner and I'm going to drag it across to the other side until I get a straight edge. See how I'm creating a straight edge? The two corners, the two sides are connecting. It's not going to be up and it's not going to be down, but a straight edge. So once I have all those lined up, I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to keep that line there, hold it down. As you can see, if you don't hold it down, it will move. And then you're just going to take your finger and flatten out that edge. So just like this. So now I'm going to take my marker or a colored pencil and I'm going to create a line following that edge. So I'm creating a line where the top piece of paper hits. Then you can either take with your hands and you can fold it back this way and create another edge. And this is how you can tear the paper off, or if you have scissors, you can cut it off as well. I'll just show you this way just in case you don't have scissors available. So I'm kind of going back and forth, so I'm creating a nice sharp edge. That way I can just tear the piece of paper off. So then I'm going to take it, hold it down. I'm just going to slowly and gently, very carefully, I'm going to pull this apart, keeping this hand nice and tight and gently pulling. See, I'm not just going like this, just gently pulling, keeping my fingers close. That way I don't rip the paper where I don't want it to. So as you can see, I get a little bit of my paper off. So I'm going to set that to the side, and you can keep it as extra if you want to. And you can make these whatever size bunny that you want. You can cut your paper in half and make a background like I did here, or you can make a big bunny. For this one, I'm just going to make a big bunny just to show you so you can all see. So then once I see I have a little triangle here. You see, so if I open it up, it's a box or a square. But I'm gonna fold it down the middle. So if you made your square just as I did, you can just keep it at this point and you don't have to open it up. So it creates a nice triangle. If you're starting at the square, you'll just take one corner and move it all the way to the other side, and then seal that edge as well, so you get a triangle. So once I have my triangle, I'm gonna take the bottom piece, so I'm gonna fold this up. So it kind of creates a little hat or a sailboat. And I'm gonna seal that edge again, so it kind of looks like a hat or a sailboat. Once I have these folded up, I'm going to take one corner and I'm going to create our bunny ears. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this triangle edge right here and line it up with the top of our original triangle. I'm going to seal that again and repeat the same step with the other side. So I'm going to take it up and I'm going to connect those two triangles on the top. seal it again. And as you can see, we're starting to get our bunny ears. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go to the bottom and I'm going to pull it up once again. Not too much, but just a little bit. And I'm gonna seal that. This will be a little tougher to seal because we have a little bit more paper than we did starting. So I'm gonna make sure those are all sealed. And then once I have that folded over, I'm gonna flip my bunny over so I have the flat side, so I don't have any folds on this side. Then I'm gonna come up to this triangle piece and I'm going to fold under. I'm not gonna fold over, I'm going to go under. So I'm gonna kind of tuck that in underneath, just like this. And I'm going to seal that as well. And there you go, we have our bunny face. So once you get to this point, you can take your Sharpie marker and you can begin to design your bunny. You can add a face, make it different colors, give some detail in the ears. So you can fold this back up so I can add some ears, maybe give it a little fur in his ears. Then I'll lay this back down. You can draw a face and a nose. And then once you do that, you continue with that step. If you want to, if your bunny's not staying quite the same, you can take a little piece of tape. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of that Scotch or clear tape, and I'm just gonna set it right on the back of my bunny. So I flipped it over on the opposite side, set it down, that way it stays flat. But sometimes if you really seal it, you don't have to use tape. But if you want to, you can add the tape as well. And then go feel free and design your bunny. You can make them different colors, and if you have extra paper, on this one I had a little bit less. You can draw different scenes, so spring scene, Easter scene, whatever thing you want your bunny to be on. But if you don't want to do that, you can just have your bunny too. Origami butterflies. So we just finished up making our origami bunnies. So if you want to do another one, feel free to try out this butterfly. We're going to be needing the same materials as before. So we're going to need a piece of paper. I'm going to use construction paper in this one. I used copy paper in the last. We're going to need a marker, colored pencils, and then we'll get started. So if you want to just keep those materials that you had or grab a second piece of paper, we'll begin. So we're going to be doing the same process that we did for creating our square. And remember, we're going to take one corner and we're going to fold it so our edges meet. And again, if you have scissors available to you, you can cut off this extra piece of paper, or you could do that ripping method that I showed you. So remember, go back and forth until we can rip it. So I'm going to cut this off. And if you have square paper available, you don't have to do this step. You can just skip ahead to the origami making. So again, I'm going to set that paper to the side. That way I have my square. And again, we want to keep it in a triangle for this one as well. So we're going to keep it in a triangle. I'm going to seal that edge. And then I'm going to open it. I'm going to rotate it. And I'm going to make a triangle on the other side. So I'm going to connect these two corners, seal the bottom. And this one's a little more difficult than the bunny, but it's always good to challenge yourself in different projects. So that's the only way we are going to get better. So once we have our triangle folded in two parts, we're going to make it into a square. So we're not going to have it at an angle, we're going to keep it in that square. We're actually going to flip it over. So this diamond, it should like kind of pop up. This is on the top. So we're gonna flip it over and we are going to take our edge and we are going to fold it like a hot dog. I'm gonna seal the bottom once again. I'm gonna open it up, rotate it, and make another hot dog, but on the other side. Match the edges up, seal it. And to seal it, I'm just taking my finger and pressing on the edge. So when I open it up, I should have different triangles on my paper. So now that I have the different triangles, I'm going to take my paper and we're gonna see one side will pop up. You're just gonna push it down so that our sides come in. So I'm gonna flip it over so we have that diamond that's popping up on top. And we can see that these indent. So as if you see these go in, we are going to pinch these together like this. And I'm gonna connect them underneath. So they go in. So on the corner, the hot dog line, I'm going to pinch these in. So that's what the top looks like. And this is what it'll look like underneath. Pinch those in, I'm gonna hold them together. And I'm going to flatten it until I get another triangle. So seal all the edges. So this is what it'll look like, and it'll have different flaps. So if I'm in here, again, diamond popping up, seal those in to get another triangle. Once I am at this step, I'm going to take the top layer of my wing. So you'll see on the sides that we have those flaps. So we have a top and a bottom. I'm going to take my corner on the top and I'm going to bring it up. I'm not going to bring it up to create a diamond. I'm going to bring it off to the side. So you see they aren't connecting. Once I have that, I'm going to seal it once again and do the same thing on the other side. So keep it off to the side and seal it. Then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to take this bottom piece here and I'm going to fold it up over top of this straight line here. So I'm going to take that bottom, I'm going to fold it up. So as you can see, it's creating a triangle on the top. And I'm not really going to seal these here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to gently press. I'm not going to seal it, but I'm going to gently press those folds. Then once I have the triangle, I'm going to flip it over to these folds. I'm going to fold the triangle top over so I get another straight edge on the top. So as you can see, triangle fold over, and we get a straight edge on the top. Then I'm going to flip it back over. So lines and paper folds, then we have the smooth back, and I'm going to pinch this and fold it together. So it's going to go over top and pinch it. I am going to create a seal by just pinching my hands like this on the bottom. Then holding it together, I'm going to bring down my wings. And pinch the top. And there you go. We have a butterfly. And then same thing, just as our bunnies, you can decorate these or you can leave them plain. It is up to you. If you use colored paper, you can keep it colored, and if you use copy paper, you can decorate it and make designs to create it into a butterfly. So there we go. And don't forget, butterflies are symmetrical, so you want to try to make the same design on both sides. So I'm going to be doing this same pattern on the side.